Back to my YouTube channel, TBG. That's the family, though. If you want to join the TBG family, man, down below you'll see subscribe plus down below, and then say subscribe and subscribe to the TBG family, though, and then you'll be a member of TBG family, though. But I want to get into this video today about, man, a Chicago legend, street nigga. You know what I'm saying? Street dude, street nigga. Y'all can say what y'all want to say, But his name was J Money. You know what I'm saying? J Money. And he was from O Block. He's from O Block, OTF. You know what I'm saying? That's his gang, O Block, But J Money was basically, J Money was a street dude. You know what I'm saying? He was a street dude. He was basically a humble dude. He was humbled. He was down to earth. You know what I'm saying? Basically, he had a good head on his shoulders. You know what I'm saying? He had a good head on his shoulders and shit, you know what I'm saying? Basically, he was playing sports. He was playing basketball, football. He was playing all types of sports, you know what I'm saying? He basically was into basketball, football, you know what I'm saying? And basically, you know what I'm saying? Basically, he was a family person, you know what I'm saying? He was a family man, you know what I'm saying? He was a family man. He always cared about his loved ones, cared about, his brothers, his sisters, all that, you know what I'm saying? And, he cared about his friends and shit and all that, but he was an upcoming dude from Chicago and shit, you know what I'm saying? He was a stand-up guy, you know what I'm saying? But allegedly, you know what I'm saying, J Money, he was a straight shooter, you know what I'm saying? He was a straight shooter from O Block. Allegedly, he had a lot of bodies, you know what I'm saying? He was a straight shooter, you know what I'm saying, from O Block and shit, but, the whole thing is, basically, we want to say rest in peace to J Money, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, he did lose his life, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, he's a Chicago legend. He come up out of Chicago, you a Chicago legend, you know what I'm saying? I don't care what nobody say. If you come up out of Chicago, you a legend, bro. You're basically a legend, because if you could survive Chicago, shit, you can make it anywhere. If you could make it in Chicago, you can make it anywhere, though. You know what I'm saying? He came up from O Block. That's where he from, O Block. You know what I'm saying? But, he from Chicago. You know what I'm saying? He a street dude and shit. He was down to earth. You know what I'm saying? But, that in the day, he allegedly had bodies and shit. Allegedly, he was the top shooter over there for O Block. He was basically, he was beefing with his ops and shit. He'd get into it with them. And allegedly, if he got problems, he'll, spray that. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we don't want to glorify the shooting. We don't want to glorify people getting murdered and shit. Because at the end of the day, it's not right for nobody to pick up a gun and go take somebody's life. That's wrong. You know what I'm saying? That's wrong. And one thing about me is, I don't glorify death. I don't glorify death on my channel. None of that. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, that's wrong when you take somebody's life, But at the end of the day, J Money, he was cool with Chief Keef. He was cool with Lil Durk. You know what I'm saying? Him and Lil Durk was best friends. Him and Chief Keef was best friends. They all grew up together. You know what I'm saying? They all grew up together. You know what I'm saying? They was real close and shit. You know what I'm saying? If y'all type up J Money and stuff, J Money, OTF and shit, you'll see J Money and Tato. You'll see Tato with J Money. You'll see all them. You'll see all the guys, you know what I'm saying? But J Money was a stand-up guy. You know what I'm saying? He was a stand-up guy. He was a street dude, He was in the streets, you know what I'm saying? But, it's just like, he had 1 foot in the streets and 1 foot out the streets, you know what I'm saying? 1 foot in the streets, 1 foot out the streets. He basically was trying to switch his life up and change his life, you know what I'm saying, and pull away for the gangbanging shit, He's trying to get up out of that life, pull away for the gangbanging shit, You know how you get caught up in that gangbanging shit, you just get caught up in that shit, you know what I'm saying? You just get caught up in that shit, and it's this. You try to pull out of that shit and try to get out of the streets, and then it's too late. You know what I'm saying? It's too late. You know what I'm saying? And, it's just sad that, shit, allegedly he got set up by a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly he got set up by a female and shit. A female told him to come through and get some pussy, and allegedly the female set him up and shit. And the people who he was beefing with, I guess, allegedly, the dudes, she set him up. They was over there and shit. And, shit I heard, basically it's all over the internet. J Money he ran and got away. But then, allegedly one of the dudes caught him and shot J Money, and killed him, But at the end of the day, the whole thing is J Money was a legend. He was a legend, and he was a legend. He was a legend. He was a good person. He had a good heart. You know what I'm saying? Even though he had bodies, even though he done, bad stuff in the world. You know what I'm saying? But it was just too late for him to get out the streets. Like, he was trying to get out the streets, but it was just like, he was trying to get up out the streets, but it was just one foot out in the streets and one foot out. And it's hard when you're a young dude. It's hard when you're young and you growing up in the crime. You growing up in crime. You growing up in all that shit, selling drugs, all that, It's hard to get out the streets, But basically, J Money got set up by a female and shit. And, that's not cool, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, that's fucked up. And, it's sad that, basically, it's sad that, black people is losing their life every day to certain things like this, certain situations like this, It's sad that young black men is losing their life every day over a female, you know what I'm saying? A female can hop on the phone right now and tell another person to come over. She can find out who you beefing with. If you beefing with the other side, she could call the other side and be like, oh, yeah, he about to come over and da-da-da. I told him to come over and get some, And then, boom, when you go over there, you think you about to chill with the female and kick it with her and, make out with her. And then, boom, your life just changed so fast. Your life could change in 1 minute. Your life could change in 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 3 seconds. Your life could change. It's just sad that when a female have the nerves to set up a black man, that's some sad shit, And I don't care, even if J Money was beefing, even if he had a lot of beef in the streets, he had a lot of beef in the streets. It's so sad that, the end of the day, when he lost his life, the people who done it, they gotta think, what if that was their brother? What if that was their cousin? What if that was their loved one? That's just sad, that, a Chicago legend lost his life, But I just want everybody to, comment down below. And I want everybody to just pay their respect. And, shout out to J Money, And, my prayers go out to J Money and his family and all that, Rest in peace to J Money, you know what I'm saying? He from Chicago. He from OTF. He was best friends with, Chief Keef, Vaughn, Tato, and all that, But, everybody pay your respects, man. Rest in peace to J Money. And one thing about me, man, I don't pick sides. I'm not on nobody's side. I'm not on that side. I'm not on this side. I don't pick no sides. That's Chicago business,